refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Dave's Doghouse. Today, March 4th at 12 noon. Well, 3 minutes late, but it's all good. Hope y'all having a good week so far. I know it's the middle of the week, but hey, still a good time to still should be having a good week so far. I know sometimes Monday can be tough, but it's all good. You're alive, you're awake, you should feel great. Got some candidates to put in the doghouse today and some people going in the yard. I feel good about today's show, as I do for every show. But you know, maybe might spark some controversy. Who knows? Who knows how today's gonna go? It's all on how y'all feel about everything for today's show. Now, make sure you like, share, subscribe on YouTube. I am live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So please like, share, subscribe on all platforms. As we get closer to 1,000 subscribers, so we can be fully monetized. And I'll be giving you guys even more throughout the rest of the week. You'll be seeing some shorts, give you guys some small videos to see what controversy might be sparked this week. We did have some huge NFL news that just happened just maybe about 5-10 minutes ago. Trent McDuffie, the cornerback for the Chiefs, has been traded to the Los Angeles Rams for. Got to get the full details to you guys. For a first round pick, which is the 29th pick this year, a fifth, a sixth, and a third round pick in 2027. So that's the trade details for today. This is the second time in the last 2-3 years that the number one corner for the Chiefs have been traded away instead of giving him a long-term contract. They also have Jalen Watson, who's expected to become a free agent next week. So, I mean, I don't know what the Chiefs going to do at cornerback, but they seem to always get it done. Yeah, Trent McDuffie, I thought he was going to get a contract, but I guess not. So we will see how that goes with that. And we got more news from NFL going on the rest of this week. Make sure you tune into R2L. Become a member today. That way you can get all the news there. Or just follow me on Instagram and you'll see all the posts. Whenever something happens, I normally post it. So you got that. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the current Doghouse inductees for this year so far. I know people were like, what happened to the last one? I purged the Doghouse. I started it new. It was too crowded. All of those people are they're in the dog pound right now until they decide to do something different. Then they're just going to stay in the dog pound. This is right now the current Doghouse. that we have with some very, you know, good candidates, guys that people that deserve to be here, and some may say, "Hey, there's a reason why that happened." But hey, I still got to acknowledge that it doesn't look good right now. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started with something that we call on Dave's Doghouse puppy chow. This is being served to the people who don't do their best during the week. My very first candidate going into the doghouse this week. This team kind of played a joke on a lot of people that I don't know thought that they were actually going to make some moves, and they did end up making a move, signing a guard to help them out in their backcourt, because they traded away a guard. Um, well, they released the guard and he went back to where he normally was. But their superstar was the talk of the trade deadline that just recently happened. And now he he just came back and the Bucks are still losing games. So the Bucks have lost 3 straight games by 20 plus points. 3. And you're gonna say, well, Giannis just returned. And I get it, it's his first game back. But it didn't look good, even with him on the floor. Giannis only had 19 points in that game. And they lost 108 to 81 to the Boston Celtics. It was a terrible look. Then, before that, they lost to the Chicago Bulls 120 to 97, a team that I already currently have in the doghouse. They blew out the Milwaukee Bucks 120 to 97. The Bucks gave up a 27-0 run in the fourth quarter. And that snapped the Bulls' 11-game losing streak. Then lost to the Knicks 127 to 98. Another lopsided loss. And then earlier in the month, last month, they lost to the Toronto Raptors 122 to 94. Those are 3 losses, 4 losses, sorry, by 20 plus points, 2 by 30. That is a ridiculous amount of losses. That looks bad. Now Giannis did just return from injury. He missed 15 games. He looked rusty out there though. Um, I mean, they had moments where they only had 8 points in one quarter, which is just it's just not good. Um, Losses piling up, which means they're losing position in the Eastern Conference. It just does not look good for the Milwaukee Bucks right now. They just keep losing games, and it looks bad. And the one highlight is Ryan Rollins. Is actually playing well. Um, there's been some debate that maybe he should be considered the most improved player of the year, because you look at where he was projected to what he's doing now. He was a G League player, averaging about 6 points per game, and now he's averaging about 17 points per game, which is a huge jump. So that's the one highlight you can have there. But other than that, the Milwaukee Bucks don't look good. So for one, they didn't make a trade of Giannis. Giannis is still there for another year. Who knows what happens in the offseason? There are plenty of teams that are going to be looking at him. From what I remember, the Hornets, the Knicks, the Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, of course, and a bunch of other suitors are going to be looking to see if Giannis is really going to be traded if they are going to, be traded for his services. But other than that, the Milwaukee Bucks just look terrible. So that's what you got for the very first candidate of the Doghouse. So Giannis and the Bucks. I mean, y'all getting served puppet chow. You in the Doghouse.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
Very next one. This one was also news today. Recent news. The Major League Baseball. It's just spring training right now. And then you got the WBC, the World Baseball Classic, going on as well. But the MLB just announced that Jurickson Profar has been suspended for 162 games. For people who don't watch baseball, that's the entire season. He just got suspended for the entire season after failing a second performance enhancing drug PED test. This comes under the Major League's Drug Prevention and Treatment Program for repeat PED offense. Now, when I say the second one, this is a very recent second one because he just got suspended last year for 80 games for a failed PED drug test. So, in back to back years, he's had a failed PED drug test. And he just got suspended. And yes, the MLBPA more than likely is going to get a different arbitrator to go ahead and file an appeal for this. But honestly, I don't see how they win it. The man just got suspended last year for 80 games for the same exact thing. And he did it again this season. It's it's pretty much blatant cheating. It's blatant cheating. And these are the things where this is what, this is why they continue to not put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, although he never failed the drug test. He was never suspended from it, but he's not in the Hall of Fame because of PEDs. I mean, Profar, I don't understand what you're doing. You can't blame your trainer because then it's your fault because if it's the same trainer from last year, then why are you taking anything from the trainer? Knowing that you got suspended for 80 games for the same exact thing last year. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like you're using your brain. And this is Profar. This is who he looks like. This is what he looks like. Plays for the Atlanta Braves. Now, this can affect the Braves in multiple ways. So this actually saves them 15 million, which they can use this year to find someone to replace him while he's out for the entire season. His entire salary is forfeited. So that's $15 million they save. He's also ineligible for the postseason and for the WBC for the Netherlands because that's the country he represents. So he can't play in the WBC and he can't play in the postseason. So he's pretty much not going to be able to do anything. He could practice as much as you want at home or in any other facility, but just nothing that deals with the Braves. So, even though the Braves are disappointed in this, they support it. So, I mean, even that. So, they could fill the void by, they have a left-handed cornerback and can play left field with Mike. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Mike Yazremski. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. They have Eli White, Jorge Mateo, Drake Baldwin, and Dominic Smith. Those are guys on the team who could possibly replace him. But they could also do what they can to make some trades, possibly. Um, like they can maybe talk to the Twins about Byron Buxton, maybe see if that could happen for them. But I mean, the man is gone for the entire season right now. Like I said, they say he's more likely he's going to appeal, but I don't see how he wins it, knowing that he got suspended just last year for 80 games. So I mean, you in the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. Now we get to talk about the dogs of the week. These are the highlights of Dave's Doghouse. Those who are in the yard, who have played exceptionally well, who've done really good for their teams. So we get to talk about four candidates that have done exceptionally well. The very first one, he is not new to this. He is true to this. Plays for the Houston Rockets, known as one of the best scorers of all time, two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, a former MVP of this league. They call him the Slim Reaper or Easy Money Sniper, Kevin Durant. Now I know he's in the Phoenix Suns uniform, but he plays for the Houston Rockets. Kevin Durant has been on fire since the All Star break and the last three games. Since the All Star break, Kevin Durant has averaged almost 30 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, 5.1 assists, shooting almost 55% from the field, 39% from three. He has the most total points of any player since the All Star break. So he's been on fire since the All Star break. And you know what's crazy? During that time, they had people talking about him. Was saying that he had another burner account, talking about his teammates and stuff like that. And he said his teammates know what it is. They know how much he care about them. You know, he not worried about that stuff. And he been cooking lately. In the last three games, he's put up 30 points, 7 rebounds, with 8 to 15 from the field, 32 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds against my Miami Heat in a loss. But hey, he still balled out. And then 40 points, 8 rebounds, 14 and 28 from the field. That's 50%. So he's been cooking. And he's had other teammates that definitely play well as well. Reed Shepard the other night had 19 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 steals, 2 blocks in 42 minutes. But Kevin Durant has been on fire. Trey Five, that's what most people used to call him, KD Trey Five. You came from Texas, C Pleasant's own, has been balling for the Houston Rockets, showing that even at this age, he still can put buckets on the board. He a hooper. That's all he want to do is hoop. And this is what he does. This is what Kevin Durant does. He puts buckets on you. Mr. Bucket Getter, Kevin Durant. You are the very first one to be put as a dog in the yard. This next candidate is probably very shocking. Um, well, I wouldn't say very shocking, but he's never been on here before. This is his very first time being highlighted on Dave's Doghouse, and on any platform, maybe. I don't know anyone that's talked about him like this. Even though the NBA did just award him for having a heck of a week. He is the reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He plays for the Detroit Pistons. I'm talking about Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren is a dog in the yard this week. Why, might you ask? I mean, other than him being the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, let me let y'all know what he's actually been doing to that. So in the last week, they played 4 games. They went 3-1. Jalen Duren has averaged 25.8 points per game, basically 26 points per game, and almost 14 rebounds, 13.8. He he been balling. Against the San Antonio Spurs in the loss, he put up 25 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Against the Oklahoma City Thunder, he put up 29 points and 15 rebounds. And then against the Cleveland Cavaliers in a win in overtime, he put up 33 points, 16 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. He is making a name for himself. Jalen Duren is the 1-2 punch with him and Kay Cunningham. Those two together are the reason why the Detroit Pistons are the number one team in the Eastern Conference. They have been balling. Now they did lose the game last night, but this has no bearings on what he did in the last week. This was one of his that game against the Cavaliers was one of his most impressive games of the season. Against the Magic, I mean, he had a game where he had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals. It was another win though, and that was the 4 game span. He recorded multiple double doubles. He's impactful on the offense and the defense, rebounding, blocks, steals, doesn't matter what it is. The man has an impact on the floor. And Jalen Duren needs to be talked about a lot more because he is showing up and showing out for the Detroit Pistons. So shout out to Jalen Duren. Shout out to Kay Cunningham. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons for doing their thing. Um, you dog. And the crazy part is, I mean, Jalen Duren's a team I dislike with the Detroit Pistons. And now I'm about to talk about another team I dislike, a player from another team I dislike. But we're going to college now. And this young man has also had a tremendous week playing for the North Carolina Tar Heels. He was just named the ACC Player of the Week. And it's college, so it's only 2 games. But UNC went 2-0 in those 2 games last week. And the kid, Seth Trimble, he played well in those 2 games. In those 2 games, he averaged 25 points per game, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He had a career high 30 points versus Louisville. He was 11 to 16 from the floor, so he was efficient. Added 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and he hit key free throws late in the game to seal the game. And then against Virginia Tech, the other game, 20 points. But he was all around. He showed all that he could score all around the floor. He had a highlight dunk in that game and a turnover to the points play in that game. I mean, you got to go back and look at the highlights and go look at the game. But the boy Seth Trimble is nice. He is nice. If Caleb Wilson wasn't injured, then it would be I don't know. It might even unlock something even more dangerous with those 2 guys. So it's helped serve North Carolina because Caleb Wilson is injured. So that's one thing that he's been able to do. I want to talk to you guys about his comparison to what those 2 games to what he's done during the season. So during the season, he's only averaging about 14 points per game, about 4 rebounds, 2.4 assists, about 47% from the field, 33% from three, 72% from the free throw line. I mean, the worst thing you can hear from there is probably that 72% from the free throw line. It's not that good, but it's okay. It's not terrible. 25 points per game. That's basically 14. That's almost 14 points more than 25 points per game. That's more than that's 11 points more than 14 than what he's averaging in the season. He's averaging about 2 more assists than he normally does, and the rebounds is just about the same. But this wasn't just a flash. I think this is a clear step above his season baseline and what it might have unlocked for him in UNC. So, Seth Trimble, as much as I don't like the Tar Heels, I got to get props when I see him and talk about it when someone's playing great. And Seth Trimble is a baller. He's a baller. He's not. I don't think he's better than the next guy I'm about to talk about, who plays for a team that I actually like. But gotta get credit when credit's due. And we also see these guys on Saturday. So can he make a difference and beat Duke without Caleb Wilson, or is it going to be the excuse that Caleb Wilson wasn't there, which is why they lost to Duke? We will see you Saturday. I got Duke winning the game, of course, but that's a conversation for another day. Right now, Chef Trimble, your dog. Now we get to talk about the big dog, the best, in my opinion, from the last week. And this is my opinion. Some people can argue me down if they want to. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear from one person, but doesn't matter to me. This is what I invite. This is what the doghouse is for. I want to see who agrees and who disagrees. So you let me know in the comment section if you think who I have as the big dog deserves to be in this position. Because I think he's been like this almost all season. And he, more than likely, is going to be the National Player of the Year. And he plays for Duke. And his father played for Duke. And his little brother is actually his brother's on the team. His twin brother's on the team. I'm talking about Cam Boozer. Cam Boozer is the big dog this week. Cam has played phenomenal for Duke. 2 games this week against Virginia and NC State. Number 11 Virginia at that. In a game where we dogged them, beat them by 26 points. He scored 18 points and grabbed 9 rebounds. He was efficient on offense, mixing free throws and inside. Dominated another ranked opponent, something that Duke has done almost all season long. And then against NC State, put up 26 points, 9 rebounds, which clinched an outright crown for Duke in the ACC. He shot 80% from the field in that game, which was a huge statement in Duke's overall dominance of the ACC. This also comes with something huge happening. The other thing that happened within this time is something that he's helped contribute to with Duke. With Duke, in just 4 seasons under Coach Shire, Duke has earned a double digit victory in 15 of 17 current ACC venues. Duke established its all time largest margin of victory in 11 of the 17 venues during the Shire era. This didn't happen with Coach K. This is with John Shire. Duke has won 14 games in each of the in conference play for the 5th straight season. That's the longest streak by an ACC team in conference history. No other team in the ACC has done that. Cam Boozer is the best player with Duke, along with Isaiah Evans. And we got other guys on this team that is really good. But Cam Boozer is the guy. He's the big dog. And there's some people saying that they don't know how well he's going to be in the NBA. All I want to say is just watch out. Duke ain't what it used to be. Duke used to be the team that used to be really good in college and guys go to the NBA and be okay. I mean, but I can name players like Elton Brand, Carlos Boozer, and then you think about the other guys now with Kyrie Irving and Brandon Ingram and I mean Zion Williamson, uh, Dyson Daniels. There's just so many guys that you can name that play for this school that are dominating. Cooper Flag. Come on now. Con Knuppel. Those two are in the battle for the rookie of the year. I think Con got it though. But right now, Cam, you are the big dog for Dave's Doghouse for this week. That concludes Dave's Doghouse. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. And let me know in the comments if you think I was right with all of my choices. If not, let me know what the choices should have been. Who knows? Those people might be highlighted next week. All depends on how you feel. Till then, see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.